everyone, my name is Amber. I'm part of the One Voice family. Today, I'm sharing with you a spoonful of manna. January was a rough start for my family and me. My husband tested positive for COVID, and 2 days later, I tested positive too. Anxiety, worry filled my heart. I had many questions in my head too. But all this commotion in my heart and in my mind all boiled down to one thing: my love for my 3-year-old boy. I feared for his health. I worried for his safety. I got anxious over his precious life and his future. I didn't know what to do. But actually, I didn't know what to do first amongst all of the things that needed to be done. I had to take care of my husband. I had to clean the house and disinfect. I have to take good care of my boy. So all of these things needed to be done almost all at the same time. I didn't know what to do first. So shortly after, my son ran a high fever. His fever was at 39 degrees. So I gave him medicine as prescribed by our doctor. Every 4 hours, I woke up to give him medicine. So in the span of 12 hours, I woke up thrice to give my son medicine. But his temperature didn't move. It remained at 39 degrees. It didn't budge. It didn't move. For the third time that night, I took my son's temperature and still, he had a high fever. I held my boy in my arms. I thought that maybe if I held him tight, if I embraced him tight enough, somehow my body will be able to absorb the sickness or the fever that my son has. I held him tighter. I felt how hot he was. It's as if I was holding a freshly cooked bag of rice in my arms. So, and the inevitable thing that moms do happened. I broke down. I cried. It wasn't a small, short cry, but it was a cry where I pleaded to the Lord over my son's life, over my son's safety, over his future. So it wasn't a lengthy prayer. It was just a constant, Lord, please help my son. Please heal my son. Please heal my little David. Over and over. While I was hugging my boy, while I was holding him tight. This was the only prayer in my heart. So at that moment, in the midst of all my fears, in the midst of all my anxiety, in the midst even of my tears, of my snot, of my sobs, of my worries and fears, and even in the midst of the COVID symptoms that I was exhibiting, because I was also sick, I felt in my spirit God responded. And over this, I became still. So He said, ganyan din ako sa'yo. The way that I felt about my son's sickness was also how God felt towards me. I wanted to absorb my son's sickness and I wouldn't even think twice, even if it cost me my life. So my message this morning is simple. God heals us not only because He is able, not only because He is mighty, not only because He is powerful, but also because He is our Father. And He loves us. But before He is our healer, He is also our Father first. Psalm 36 verses 5-7 affirms God's love for us. Your steadfast love, O Lord, extends to the heavens, your faithfulness to the clouds. Your righteousness is like the mountains of God, your judgments are like the great deep. Man and beast you save, O Lord, how precious is your steadfast love, O God. The children of mankind take refuge in the shadow of your wings. So today, if you are sick, this is my declaration over you. May you encounter the vast love of the Father towards you. May you bask in it like a little child, and may every crevice brought about by sickness in your body, whether this is physical sickness, mental illness, social sickness, financial sickness, or emotional sickness, may all of these be filled by the Father's love that restores and that mends. Have a good day.